Good evening, everyone. Welcome to City Council meeting. I'd ask everyone to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Griffin.
Here.
Councilmember Wertz. Here. Councilmember Zimmer.
Here.
Councilmember Dewey.
Here.
Councilmember Gibbons. Here. Councilmember Lizzo. Here. Councilmember Sears.
Here.
Thank you. We have one presentation tonight, which is the Human Rights Commission Annual Report. We have in the audience Jeff Morrison, the chair, but the report will be given by David Hartung, the vice chair. David?
Good evening, council members. Tonight, I am pleased to present the Human Rights Commission's annual report for 2023. Over the past year, the Human Rights Commission has remained committed to engaging with our community. We've maintained close contact with the police and Parks and Recreation departments, the school district, the Clayton Community Equity Commission, the Meacham Park Neighborhood Improvement Association, and the Kirkwood Social Justice Coalition. With the police department, we met with the police chief to review the department's demographics, citizen complaints, and taser deployments every 3 months. In July, we also reviewed the department's annual stop report with the chief. With the school district, we had the opportunity to meet with Dr. Jeremy Mapp, the Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Our discussions covered important topics such as post-COVID student achievement, the challenges faced in hiring and retaining staff, and updates to district policies. We also had success with our annual essay contest. In the spring of 2023, we recognized 4 out of the 78 high school juniors who responded to the prompt, "What is the most important human rights issue currently and why?" Additionally, we forwarded selected essays to the district superintendent's office as they expressed concerns regarding safety on campus, lack of student mental health assistance, and student drug use. We continued our community outreach at local events. From May to early October, the commission staffed information tables at various community events, including the farmers market, the fire department's Carbs and Guitars pancake breakfast, 3 hot dog days events in the parks, the Meacham Park back to school event in early August, the Green Tree Festival, and the October Police Department open house. We also publicized the Parks and Recreation Department's annual Trivia Night fundraiser, which supports the Participate at Route Reduced Cost program and the Shoup Aquatic Scholarship Swim program. For the second year in a row, we raised sufficient funds to sponsor one of the trivia rounds at their event. In August, we were contacted by a person with physical challenges who believed they were excluded from purchasing a condominium in Kirkwood due to their disability. And out of this, we reviewed the city's housing discrimination ordinances and suggested changes to the city. That process is still ongoing. Given the turmoil during 2023 regarding transgender rights, we decided to sponsor a forum in November at the Kirkwood Performing Arts Center with representatives from various LGBTQ+ support groups. We staffed an information table at this event and also invited local social justice groups to participate. When we learned that the Missouri Commission on Human Rights had just attained a 6th member and enough for a quorum in the spring of 2023, we contacted our 2nd district commissioner. They informed us that additional appointments were needed to fill the remaining 5 seats on the Missouri Commission to ensure that meetings could conduct business in the case of absences due to illnesses or family emergencies. We wrote a letter to the governor urging him to fill some of those vacancies and contacted 12 other human rights commissions in the state, requesting that they also lobby the governor to fill those seats. In February of 2023, we met with the Parks Director regarding our concerns about the lack of diversity in the photographs featured in the spring-summer program directory, and we also addressed a complaint by a parent about the lack of inclusion in sponsoring a daddy-daughter dance. In December, we announced that Tom Potachik had won our Dennis Hart Award for Excellence, which he received at a February council meeting. Lastly, in the fall of 2023, the Human Rights Commission met with representatives of the Meacham Park Neighborhood Improvement Association, the Kirkwood Social Justice Coalition, and the Kirkwood School District to plan the Martin Luther King celebration on January 25th at the high school's Keating Center. This was the first time we had participated in planning the celebration program, which featured as keynote speaker the Honorable Justice Robin Ransom, the first African-American woman appointed to the state Supreme Court. Despite the frigid January weather, the celebration drew about 400 people and was a rousing success. The Human Rights Commission remains dedicated to promoting human rights, diversity, equity, and inclusion in the city of Kirkwood. We look forward to continuing our work and collaborating with our community partners throughout the year. Thank you all.
Thank you, David. Thank you to you and Jeff and the whole commission for all you do. Council have any comments or questions for David? I have one question. How'd your council liaison do this past year?
I can tell you that we're going to be lost without her.
Oh,
Thank
she knew that was coming. Did I see a hand over here? Oh, okay.
Maybe you telepathically saw my hand.
Well, that happens a
Yeah,
lot.
Yeah, I know, much to your chagrin, right? I'm blown away by your report and everything that the commission is doing, the dedication, how you are helping us advance our mission to improve diversity, equity, and inclusion in the city of Kirkwood, and helping as ripples on the pond get everybody thinking about it. What can we do? I mean, I'm, like I said, blown away, and thank you, really.
Thank you.
There.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
Thank you.
okay.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Y'all are awesome, and it is truly my honor to come to your meetings every month and as Nancy said, be blown away every month by all that you do. You're awesome. Thank you.
And we always appreciate your support and Russ's support as well.
All right. We will go on to public comments.
The public comments portion of the meeting is an opportunity for the city council to listen to comments from citizens. It is not a question and answer session, and the city council will not respond to comments or answer questions during this period. The mayor may refer any matter brought up to the city council to the chief administrative officer or city clerk if action is needed.
David, we have anyone wishing to speak?
Mayor and council, there are no requests for comment at this time.
Thank you, David. We will move on to consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
We've got a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? All right, seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
No, consent agenda passes. We'll move to unfinished business, Bill 11026.
Mayor and council, this is an ordinance adopting and approving the operating and capital budgets for the city of Kirkwood for the fiscal year April 1, 2024 through March 31, 2025, and appropriating such sums as are set forth herein for all departments and the accounts therein specified for all expenditures of the city of such year, which appropriations total $123,417,819, capital projects of $29,227,424, appropriating the sum of $199,350 for payment for principal for Performing Arts Center interfund loan from the general fund, and reappropriating $10,175,690 for previously approved projects that will be incomplete as of March 31, 2024.
Thank you. And due to Councilmember Litzo's diligence, I understand that an amendment is needed in Section 5 to correct a number. And would you like to make that amendment?
Correct, yes. Mayor, thank you. I would like to move that section 5 on the if anybody has paper copies, it's on the page 2 of the printout. But under section 5, where the numerical amount of reappropriated funds should match what's in the final whereas, just a few sentences above that. So section 5 should be this: there is hereby appropriated $10,175,690. And I assume because it is a numerical typo or a mistake, whatever, it's kind of a material thing that we need to have.
Yeah.
So that would be the motion.
Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
All right, we've got a motion and a second. Are there any questions or comments on that motion? And thank you for picking that up.
You're most welcome.
Don't take too much, just don't get used to that. All right, we have no questions on on the amendment. So all in favor of the amendment, please say aye.
Aye.
Say no. That motion and amendment passes. Is there anything else on Bill 11026? Councilmember Wirtz, you have your hand up?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just want to make two quick comments. Been, spending the past 2 months with this lovely book of a budget. So it's taken me until now to really kind of grasp my ideas. But the first thing I want to touch on is our Performing Arts Center. I know that gets kind of a lot of scrutiny from residents and drill down. And, a lot of people look at it and say, well, it's operating and losing $100,000 more than the revenue brought in. First and foremost, as a city, we shouldn't be looking to profit off arts and culture. We should be looking to provide them in a way that is inclusive, equitable, and allows for anyone to be able to come visit our city and see a play or art. And that just really speaks to our culture of a city. Secondly, when you put into perspective the other 4 cost centers that run at a loss in the recreation center, it's actually closer to the target recovery than any of the others. Closer than the aquatic center, closer than the community center, and I forget what the other one was. Darn it. But that to say that it's only been open for 3 years, and of those 3 years, we've only been able to fill it after a pandemic for maybe a year and a half, is an astounding I think, point to not only our community, but just arts in this region as a whole. So I just wanted to make that note because I really think this is a success story. And you don't get that by just looking at one number. So that, and then the second thing I wanted to talk about was just the fact that, Kirkwood, in terms of residential taxes, we pay less based on the value of our home than a majority of our neighbors. Webster Groves, Glendale, all of them invest more in their cities based on the value of their home. So that means in order to have kind of the 6th budget that's come across me that has added to our reserves and has not dipped below where we should be spending, I think is a testament to how our employees are running these departments. And I think one of the things that stuck out most was streets, right? We have $9.4 million being put forth in our streets, improving our streets here. 5.1 million of that is funded from federal funds. So that's something like almost over 60%. We're investing in our community with funds that don't directly come from our citizens. And I think that's an amazing feat. And I think it needed to be pointed out. And those are the ends of my 2 points. So thank you.
Councilmember Lissow, did you have your hand?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So in response to my comment last time, we actually do have people who watch on Zoom or YouTube, whatever it is that we broadcast. I've had positive comments thanking me for bringing up the matter of transfers from water to the Capitol. And just to continue that conversation about transfers, especially at a time when we're raising rates for water. And we're trying to, trying to have the water fund recover good, healthy standing as far as operating expenses, capital, and reserves. It's important to know what the transfers are going for. They're basically going to the capital fund, which pays for the streets, which everyone has high on their radar. But we also have a lot of need as far as maintaining our water fund infrastructure, especially water mains. Council some years ago decided to target a 1% per year mains replacement. For various reasons, we've not been able to stick to that target. We hope to get back to that target, but I would like to at least have consideration of the proposed transfer of $710,000 from the water fund to the capital fund and how that may adversely impact the water fund, especially as we talk about raising rates by 20% with this budget or the resolution in this packet, as well as 5% for 3 subsequent years. We have a lot of need in the water department. I don't know how many millions of dollars, I would imagine between 40 and 60 or 70, depending on current materials and labor and all that kind of stuff. So we need to get on it for a whole host of reasons. But just so long as citizens realize the transfers are considered a dividend, but at this time, at this place, when the water fund is struggling to recover itself to a healthy level, I think it's important to have the conversation about whether we should cut back on the transfer or not do the transfer until the fund can recover. Yes, it means streets might suffer, but at least citizens understand what's going on. So that's all.
Questions or comments?
Yeah, I have 2 things to say. One is follow up on Councilmember Wertz's comments that, just to point out that you brought up the federal grants that benefited the citizens by allowing us to do a lot more streets than we otherwise could have. Just to point out that federal government doesn't go around sprinkling the money around to all the communities, that takes an effort by first, I mean, not first, but, council suggested that we ought, has been saying we ought to go look to see if there is money to help out. So whatever these efforts are, had our small support. But really, it's a feather in the cap to our staff who put together, who seek these out, opportunities out, put together persuasive documentation in support of the request. And then we have to wait and see if that earns us the award. And, this is, when I first started being on council, there wasn't much. And it's really ballooned into something quite appreciable. So I just want to point out that we have a crackerjack staff again that obtain these things for the citizens, and it really makes the money we put in, at the tax money that citizens put into streets, makes it go a lot further. The other thing I wanted to talk about a little bit is just a quick note, kind of for the future, not in this budget because it's done. But we have, there is a section on improving the salaries and compensation packages for our employees. And, personally, I would like to see that even increased higher than where we are. Have done quite a bit over the last 1.5 to 2 years. So that's good. And, I think we'll be challenged with that in the future on other budgets. But I know that looking at the budget in its entirety, kind of went to as far as we could go this time. That's where we are. But I think in future budgets, we're going to continue to see this as a need. My comments. Thank you.
Anything else from Councilmember Gibbons?
Well, I'm just thinking that maybe a quick list of some of those projects with the federal money for streets could be listed. Longview, Geyer Road,
Essex, not Longview. That's local only.
Longview. Okay.
I've got the list right here if you.
It's an on and on and on and on
Projects.
list.
Projects that are federally funded include Kirkwood Road, North Kirkwood Road, South Kirkwood Road, Lindeman, South Geyer, and West Essex.
Thank you. I think it's important for people to really understand. that.
Absolutely.
And that's like, what, how many millions of dollars, Russ? 9?
9.4 million in this year's budget alone.
Mhm.
Incredible.
It is. I mean, bravo.
Used to be 1 or 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
If that, yep. No.
All right, anything else on the budget bill? All right, then we have Bill 11026 as amended. Roll call, please.
Mayor Griffin?
Yes.
Councilmember Wertz?
Yes.
Councilmember Zimmer?
Yes.
Councilmember Dewey?
Yes?
Councilmember Gibbons?
Yes,
Councilmember Lizzo?
Yes.
Councilmember Sears?
Yes.
Bill passes. Bill 11027.
Mayor and Council, this is an ordinance approving the budget of the Special Business District for the fiscal year April 1, 2024 through March 31, 2025.
Any questions or comments? All right, seeing none, roll call, please.
Mayor Griffin?
Yes.
Councilmember Wertz?
Yes.
Councilmember Zimmer?
Yes.
Councilmember Dewey?
Yes?
Councilmember Gibbons?
yes,
Councilmember Lizzo?
Yes.
Councilmember Sears?
Yes.
Bill passes. Bill 11028.
This is an ordinance appropriating $11,516.40 from the Equitable Sharing Fund fund balance to the Police Department small capital account and accepting the bid of Color Art Furniture in the amount of $11,516.40 pursuant to Omnia Partners Cooperative Contract for the purchase of 20 conference room chairs for the Police Department and authorizing and directing the Director of Procurement to issue a purchase order.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mayor Griffin?
Yes.
Councilmember Wertz?
Yes.
Councilmember Zimmer?
Yes.
Councilmember Dewey?
Yes?
Councilmember Gibbons?
yes,
Councilmember Lizzo?
Yes.
Councilmember Sears?
Yes.
Bill passes. Bill 11029.
Mayor and Council, this is an ordinance appropriating $19,152 from the Capital Improvement Fund balance to the Fire Department Building and Site Improvements account and accepting the bid of Feather Shark in the amount of $19,151.16 for audio and visual equipment upgrades for the Fire Department Station Number 2 training room and authorizing and directing the Director of Procurement to issue purchase order.
Any questions or comments? All right, seeing none, roll call, please.
Mayor Griffin?
Yes.
Councilmember Wertz?
Yes.
Councilmember Zimmer?
Yes.
Councilmember Dewey?
Yes?
Councilmember Gibbons?
yes,
Councilmember Lizzo?
Yes.
Councilmember Sears?
Yes.
Bill passes. Bill 11030.
Mayor and Council, this is an ordinance adopting a revised City of Kirkwood classification and pay plan effective April 1, 2024.
Questions or comments? All right, seeing none, roll call, please.
Mayor Griffin?
Yes.
Councilmember Wertz?
Yes.
Councilmember Zimmer?
Yes.
Councilmember Dewey?
Yes?
Councilmember Gibbons?
yes,
Councilmember Lizzo?
Yes.
Councilmember Sears?
Yes.
Bill passes. We'll go to new business, Bill 11031.
Mayor and Council, this is an ordinance approving a special use permit amendment and amended site plan for the expansion of a non-conforming use stained glass studio for Emil Fry and Associates at 1017 West Adams Avenue, subject to certain conditions.
Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
All right, we've got a motion and a second. Any questions or comments?
I love Emil Fry's Glass Studio. They're awesome.
Second, second, I never even knew they were up there until we went on at the beginning of when I came on. They're awesome.
All right, anything else from council? All right, then all in favor of first reading, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Bill passes first reading. Resolution 40, 2024.
Mayor and Council, this is a resolution accepting the proposal of CNR Mechanical in the amount of $25,620 for the ice rink chiller maintenance program for the Parks and Recreation Department for an initial term of 12 months with the option to renew for up to 4 additional 12-month terms, pending budgetary approval, and authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into a contract.
Is there a motion for approval?
So move.
All right, we've got a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? All right, seeing none, roll call, please.
Mayor Griffin?
Yes.
Councilmember Wertz?
Yes.
Councilmember Zimmer?
Yes.
Councilmember Dewey?
Yes?
Councilmember Gibbons?
yes,
Councilmember Lizzo?
Yes.
Councilmember Sears?
Yes.
Resolution passes. Resolution 41, 2024.
Mayor and Council, this is a resolution amending and readopting the City of Kirkwood city fee schedules.
Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? All right, seeing none, roll call, please.
Mayor Griffin.
Yes.
Councilmember Wertz,
Yes.
Councilmember Zimmer,
Yes.
Councilmember Dewey,
Yes.
Councilmember Gibbons,
Yes.
Councilmember Lizzo,
Yes.
Councilmember Sears.
Yes.
Resolution passes. Resolution 42, 2024.
Mayor and Council, this is a resolution authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the City of Oakland for the City of Kirkwood to provide police and fire services beginning July 1, 2024 through June 30, 2029.
Is there a motion for approval?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
And a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Councilmember Gibbons?
I just wondered, we see what Oakland is going to be paying us, 185,273 plus 3.25% or CPI.
Right.
What is our cost?
The cost is the additional time that is spent within the City of Oakland. It varies based on response. There are certain costs that are involved in the required contractual patrolling of Oakland. It's marginal cost when you consider that Oakland is 1.8 square miles, I believe, something along those lines. And our cars drive hundreds of thousands of miles every year. So over the years, we have found that this arrangement works well for the city. We don't have specifics on the amount of additional gas that is utilized or anything along those lines at this point.
There's definitely no personnel change.
No, there's no difference in
Yeah.
personnel.
That answer it? Okay. Anything else from council? All right, seeing none, roll call, please.
Mayor Griffin.
Yes.
Councilmember Wertz,
Yes.
Councilmember Zimmer,
Yes.
Councilmember Dewey,
Yes.
Councilmember Gibbons,
Yes.
Councilmember Lizzo,
Yes.
Councilmember Sears.
Yes.
Resolution passes. Resolution 43, 2024.
Mayor and Council, this is a
Yeah.
resolution accepting the proposal of Utilico in the amount of not to exceed $60,000 per year for hourly rates for GIS services for the electric department for an initial term of 12 months with the option for renew for up to 4 additional 12-month terms, pending budgetary approval, and authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into a contract.
Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
We've got a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? All right, seeing none, roll call, please.
Mayor Griffin.
Yes.
Councilmember Wertz,
Yes.
Councilmember Zimmer,
Yes.
Councilmember Dewey,
Yes.
Councilmember Gibbons,
Yes.
Councilmember Lizzo,
Yes.
Councilmember Sears.
Yes.
Resolution passes. Resolution 44, 2024.
Mayor and Council, this is a resolution accepting the bid of Gray Bar Electric Company in the amount of $355,925.28 for the purchase of 6 reclosers for the distribution system upgrade for the electric department, and authorizing and directing the Director of Procurement to issue a purchase order.
Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, we got a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? All right, seeing none, roll call, please.
Mayor Griffin,
Yes.
Councilmember Wertz,
Yes.
Councilmember Zimmer,
Yes.
Councilmember Dewey,
Yes.
Councilmember Gibbons,
Yes.
Councilmember Lizzo,
Yes.
Councilmember Sears.
Yes.
Resolution passes. Resolution 45, 2024.
Mayor and Council, this is a resolution authorizing the Chief Administrative Officer to enter into a collective bargaining agreement with Local Union Number 2 of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers for a term of April 1, 2024 through March 31, 2027.
Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? All right, seeing none, roll call, please.
Mayor Griffin,
Yes.
Councilmember Wertz,
Yes.
Councilmember Zimmer,
Yes.
Councilmember Dewey,
Yes.
Councilmember Gibbons,
Yes.
Councilmember Lizzo,
Yes.
Councilmember Sears.
Yes.
Resolution passes. We'll go to city council reports. I think everyone's quiet tonight. We'll go to chief administrative officer report.
I have a couple for you, Mayor. The city did receive an application for a liquor license from Four Hands Brewing, 150 West Argonne Avenue, to sell intoxicating liquor by the drink plus Sunday and intoxicating liquor in original package plus Sunday. And this will require city council approval by a voice vote.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
There were six motions
We
and
only,
seconds.
yeah,
Oh,
don't have to
Part, yep.
unanimously move. Yeah, you only need a first and a second.
What's your comments on that motion?
Just one question. So we can purchase like
Looks
6
like
packs of
package.
beer.
Mhm.
That's what they're also applying
Package.
for, correct? Okay,
Guess they're gonna have a little,
Yes.
like it.
thanks.
All right, anything else?
For a friend though, right?
All right, then all in favor of the motion, please say aye.
aye.
Oh, motion passes.
The other is the city did receive an application for a temporary outdoor promotional variance from the Quintessential Cupcake to hold a pop-up sale event on the parking lot of Taleo Coffee, 132 West Monroe, on Saturday, March 30th, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And the request needs city council approval by voice vote.
Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Second,
I've got a motion, and a second. Any questions or comments? All right, seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Motion passes. And we go city attorney report.
I have nothing to report.
All
I
right,
will remind everyone that April 4th is my last meeting. in the
What?
city,
no,
In case you forgot.
I move that it's not Attorney John Hassel's last meeting.
Right.
It's not my last meeting.
Hey,
I
Here.
suspect I'll be back in the event that Sarah wants to perhaps go on vacation. Maybe get sick once in a while.
Don't get
It'd be
sick,
fun
just
to
go
be
on
a
vacation.
substitute, I have to tell you.
fun for who?
You all.
Not me. All right, city clerk report.
Yes, Your Honor, I have the report of the March 20th, 2024 meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission. The following action was taken by a vote of 6-0. The commission recommended approval of a staff-initiated zoning text amendment to add hours of operation to the use-specific standards for the personal and commercial service use in the B1 zoning district and to allow for extension of hours of operation through approval of a special use permit in the use-specific standards for the personal and commercial service, restaurant, and retail business uses in the B1 zoning district. A public hearing will be scheduled for that. And that's all I have.
Great, thank you. Next meeting, city council will be 7 p.m. on April 4th. This meeting is adjourned.